The galaxy was a vast place, filled with countless star systems and hundreds of different species, each with its own culture, politics, and powerful fleets. Among the many alliances and empires that controlled large parts of space, news arrived that no one could ignore. Humanity, a species barely known and often spoken about in whispers or speculation, had sent a single ship into the heart of the galaxy's most contested regions. The announcement spread quickly through communications hubs, military command centers, and political chambers alike. Many leaders found it hard to believe. Why would a species that the galaxy had only recently discovered and whose technology was thought to be just catching up send only one ship? What kind of message did this send? Most alien leaders had expected fleet swarms of ships, weapons on a scale never seen before, but this was something else entirely. The ship itself was small by galactic standards, a lone vessel that seemed almost fragile among the giants of steel and fire that usually patrolled these star systems. The design was unfamiliar, but not frightening sleek lines, modest size, and an aura of calm. It did not carry the usual signs of aggression or strong defense. Instead, it broadcast a simple message, a greeting in multiple languages spoken by many of the major species in the galaxy. The message was brief, polite, and carefully worded, offering peace and a desire to communicate. Yet, this only deepened the mystery. The great alien powers gathered their brightest minds, diplomats, and generals to discuss what this might mean. Was it a trick? Was humanity testing the galaxy's defenses or trying to provoke a reaction? Some thought the humans were naive, sending a single ship as a gesture of goodwill without understanding the dangers of this part of space. Others thought it might be a trap, a quiet before a storm. The aliens watched the human ship from afar, scanning it for hidden weapons, strange technology, or any signs of espionage. Every sensor reading was studied carefully, but nothing alarming was found. The humans did not respond to provocations or attempts to lure them into hostile acts. They remained silent, moving slowly and predictably. This behavior confused many. In a galaxy ruled by power, strength, and sometimes outright force, such calm was almost suspicious. Some factions wanted to send emissaries immediately to open talks and learn what the humans wanted. Others pushed for a blockade, or even an attack, fearing that waiting could be dangerous. The debates were fierce and long. Throughout it all, the human ship kept its course and continued broadcasting the same peaceful message over and over. No demands, no threats, no signs of weakness, just a quiet but firm invitation to speak. Slowly, questions started to arise in the minds of the galaxy's watchers. Why risk sending only one ship, with no fleet to back it up? What did humanity hope to achieve with such a modest gesture? Could it be a sign of deep confidence or, perhaps, a sign of desperation? Was this the beginning of something new, or a last attempt to be noticed? The mystery grew as days passed and the ship remained in position, seemingly waiting for a response. Meanwhile, news of the lone human ship spread beyond military circles, reaching ordinary citizens, scholars, and explorers. Stories were told in cafes, markets, and schools, some full of hope, others filled with fear. Some aliens admired the courage it must take to venture alone into unknown space. Others whispered that this was madness, inviting disaster on themselves and the entire galaxy. What no one expected, however, was that this single ship, quiet and small, carried within it a power that could change everything. For now, it was a question mark, a puzzle that challenged everything the galaxy thought it knew about humanity. The silence it kept was as loud as any war cry, and the galaxy waited with bated breath, unsure whether to prepare for friendship or for battle. The human ship floated silently at the edge of the disputed space sector, an area known for its ongoing tensions between rival alien factions. It did not move aggressively or change its course in any noticeable way. Instead, it remained steady, like a quiet observer watching a dangerous game unfold nearby. The alien powers had sent out their scouts and surveillance vessels to monitor every moment of the human ship's presence. These scouts approached cautiously, using their most advanced sensors to scan for hidden weapons, cloaked ships, or secret technology that might explain why humanity chose to appear here alone. Every wave of data was analyzed by alien scientists and military experts, searching for anything unusual, any sign that this ship was more than it appeared to be. Yet the readings showed no weapons. Systems powered up, no energy signatures of dangerous devices, and no signs of stealth technology. The human ship did not try to hide itself, but it did not attempt to communicate further either. The comm it projected was almost unsettling. On the bridge of the human vessel, the crew moved with quiet precision. Each member followed their assigned tasks without hesitation or panic. Their calmness was in sharp contrast to the growing anxiety among the alien forces watching them. The humans appeared disciplined, experienced, and confident, yet they gave away nothing about their mission. Their silence and stillness made many alien commanders suspicious. Was this the sign of a trap? Was the ship merely a lure, designed to distract while a larger force prepared to strike elsewhere? The tension in the galactic sector grew with each passing hour, as no one could agree on how to respond. Some alien leaders argued that patience was the best course. They urged caution and careful observation, fearing that any sudden move could provoke a war none wanted. Others warned that hesitation might be humanity's advantage, and that a surprise attack could come without warning. Debates raged in war rooms and council chambers, but the human ship continued to float peacefully. Meanwhile, the crew inside their vessel maintained routine activities. They repaired systems, ran simulations, and communicated with their homeworld, but always with caution and silence. They made no effort to threaten or alarm the nearby alien fleets. This behavior puzzled many outside observers. In a universe where most ships showed their strength openly, the humans' choice to remain quiet and defensive was unusual. Was this a sign of humility or of hidden strength? As days passed, rumors and stories began to spread throughout the galaxy. Some believed the humans were waiting for a signal, a sign that they could trust the other species. Others feared the ship was waiting for the perfect moment to unleash devastating technology. Some even speculated that the humans were not truly alone, but had allies hidden in deep space. However, no proof ever appeared to confirm these fears or hopes. The human ship remained an enigma, a mystery that the galaxy could not solve. In the background of this tense standoff, ordinary citizens of many species followed the news closely. For them, the silent human ship became a symbol of something greater, a question about what humanity wanted and what it would do next. Some felt hope that these newcomers might bring peace or new knowledge. Others felt fear, uncertain if the calm was only hiding a storm. The story of the lone ship quietly observing the disputed sector captured the imagination of many and caused endless speculation. As the alien fleets kept their distance and kept watch, the human ship stayed exactly where it was, calm and steady. The galaxy held its breath, waiting for the moment when the silence would end and the true purpose of humanity's arrival would be revealed. For weeks, the human ship had drifted quietly near the contested space sector, watched closely by wary alien fleets that debated endlessly about how to respond. Some commanders argued that ignoring the lone vessel might be the safest choice, while others pushed to detain or even attack it before it could pose any threat. Just as the alien leaders were about to make their final decisions, a sudden and unexpected event shattered the uneasy calm. Without warning, the human ship opened fire. But this was no reckless or chaotic assault. Instead, the humans executed a series of precise, carefully calculated strikes against key warships in the nearby fleets. The bursts of energy were sharp and targeted, disabling engines, communication arrays, and weapon systems with surgical accuracy. What shocked everyone most was the way the humans avoided destruction and loss of life. Their attacks focused on incapacitating the ships rather than destroying them. In the blink of an eye, several of the most powerful vessels were rendered powerless, floating silently in space, unable to continue their mission or threaten the human ship. This display stunned the galaxy into silence. For centuries, battles had been fought with massive fleets, widespread destruction, and heavy casualties. Yet here was a single ship demonstrating a level of technology and strategy no one had expected. It was clear this was no ordinary attack, but a message, a declaration of capability and will. The alien leaders who had once dismissed humanity's arrival as insignificant now scrambled to understand the full implications. How could one ship disable so many without losing a single crew member or causing chaos? The answer lay not only in the advanced technology the humans possessed, but also in their remarkable control and discipline. The humans moved like a well-trained orchestra, executing every move with perfect timing and efficiency. Alien analysts began to realize that this was a warning, a test, and a promise all at once. The humans were showing the galaxy what they could do, not to conquer but to defend, not to destroy but to command respect. The impact was immediate. Fleets that had been ready to attack or detain the human ship now hesitated, reevaluating their strategies and fearing further unexpected strikes. Some factions sent urgent messages to their allies, warning that humanity was not to be underestimated. At the same time, whispers spread that this single ship, alone against many, had changed the balance of power forever. The quiet that had once surrounded the human arrival was now replaced by shock and curiosity. What was humanity's true goal? Were they here to protect their space, expand their territory, or something else entirely? The sudden strike had answered one question and raised many others. The galaxy watched closely as the lone ship, still, calm and unthreatened, prepared for what might come next. For the first time, the other species understood that this was no random act of war, but a calculated move to announce humanity's arrival on the galactic stage in a way that could not be ignored. The battle lines had shifted, not with destruction, but with a powerful and unexpected message. Humanity was here, and it would defend itself with unmatched precision and strength. The stunning precision of the human ship's strike left the galaxy in a state of shocked silence, but it was what came next that truly changed everything. After disabling key alien warships with surgical accuracy, the human vessel did not launch a full-scale attack or pursue destruction. Instead, it transmitted a clear and unambiguous message across every known communication channel. The words were simple but powerful. "We do not seek war, but we will defend our place." These words echoed through the cosmic networks, reaching every corner of the galaxy and touching the hearts and minds of countless species. For some, the message brought relief. Humanity was not an aggressor, not here to conquer, but willing to protect itself with unmatched strength if needed. For others, it was a warning, a challenge, a call to reconsider their assumptions. Alien leaders, many of whom had initially dismissed humanity as an insignificant newcomer, now faced the reality that this species was unlike any they had encountered. The strike was not just a show of force. It was a carefully crafted test designed to reveal the true character of the galaxy's reaction. Would they respond with aggression, diplomacy, or fear? The answer came quickly. Several powerful factions began scrambling to open communication channels, eager to negotiate and avoid a conflict that seemed more dangerous than any they had prepared for. Others, still wary and unsure, chose to pull back their fleets, retreating to safer positions while they reassessed their strategies. The galaxy was in flux, caught between the shock of humanity's sudden emergence and the growing realization that the old balance of power might never return. Throughout this turmoil, the lone human ship remained steady and resolute, embodying a new kind of strength that did not depend on overwhelming numbers or endless fleets. Instead, it relied on intent and resolve, the quiet confidence of a species, willing to stand alone if necessary to protect what mattered most. This revelation sent ripples far beyond the immediate battlefield. Scholars, diplomats, and citizens across many worlds began to rethink their understanding of humanity. No longer just a mystery or a curiosity, humans were now seen as a force that could reshape the galactic order with intelligence, discipline, and determination. The story of the lone ship that spoke through fire and precision became a symbol of hope, and warning alike, a reminder that sometimes power lies not in the size of the army but in the clarity of purpose. As alien leaders debated their next moves, many realized that the age of old alliances and endless wars might give way to a new era, shaped by the emergence of humanity. The challenge had been laid down, and the galaxy's response would define its future. Would they accept humanity's terms for peace and cooperation? Or would they risk conflict with a species that had already proven it could defend itself? Beyond all expectations, the answer was still unknown. But one thing was clear: the message in fire had changed the galaxy forever, and the lone ship's mission was only just beginning. The stunning display of human strength and resolve had shaken the foundations of the galaxy's old order, and in the days that followed, a remarkable transformation began to unfold. Alien leaders, once filled with suspicion and fear, now found themselves humbled by the clear message humanity had sent, not through words alone, but through action that no one could ignore. The power shown by a single ship standing firm against multiple fleets had shifted the balance in ways no one had predicted. Slowly, channels for dialogue were opened. Diplomatic envoys were sent through space. Messages crossed star systems, and cautious meetings began behind closed doors. The aliens approached these talks with a mix of curiosity and caution. They wanted to understand the humans better, to find out what kind of species could wield such technology and strategy with discipline and precision. For their part, the humans remained calm and clear in their intentions. They did not come with demands or threats, but with terms that reflected their strength and principles. Cooperation was offered, but on their own conditions that respected their sovereignty and their right to defend themselves at all costs. The message was firm. Humanity was here to stay, not to conquer, but to ensure peace through strength and mutual respect. The galaxy watched closely as this new chapter unfolded. Across countless worlds, discussions sparked debates and hopes. Could the arrival of humanity bring an end to the endless conflicts? Could this single, determined ship truly mark the beginning of a new era where strength was paired with restraint and honor? The answer seemed to lie in the steady, deliberate moves humanity made. They did not rush to expand their territory or assert dominance with overwhelming force. Instead, they built trust slowly, demonstrating that their power was not a threat, but a foundation for lasting peace. This careful balance kept the galaxy intrigued and hopeful, even as many remained wary. The story of the lone ship that had once stunned entire fleets became a symbol of change and possibility. It proved that sometimes all it takes is one determined and disciplined force to alter the course of history. The age of humanity did not start with an invasion or a conquest, but with a single, unforgettable shadow moment that challenged the galaxy's expectations and invited a future where cooperation and strength could coexist. As alliances shifted and old rivalries softened, new partnerships formed, and the galaxy began to imagine what might be possible when fear was replaced by respect. In this new chapter, humanity stood not as an outsider or a threat, but as a key player ready to help shape the future of the stars. The journey ahead was uncertain, but for the first time in a long time, many believed that a lasting peace was within reach, born from the courage of a single ship that dared to stand alone and speak with fire